Holly, thanks for being with us. Can you tell us a bit more about this case?
Well, the case of Peter Nygard goes back 25 years, according to the charges that were brought in the U.S. So he is accused of sexually assaulting dozens of women over a 25-year period. He essentially is facing 9 charges in the U.S., and he was arrested here in Winnipeg, in Canada, December 14th. He surrendered himself to police and has been in custody ever since.
And so what were his lawyers arguing?
Well, his lawyers were arguing that keeping Peter Nygard, who is, of course, 79 years old, in jail during the COVID pandemic really amounted to a death sentence for him. So what they've argued is that he should be released into a home here in Winnipeg. He would have 24-hour surveillance. He would have sureties within the community, people who had offered to put up money, who would look out for him, make sure he doesn't leave. They've really said that, it's not fair because he hasn't been charged in Canada, and he is awaiting an extradition hearing, which hasn't been set yet, and Canada hasn't even decided yet if they will extradite him. So that's all up in the air, but of course the judge today decided that even though Peter Nygard may not be a flight risk, she still believes that he's better off behind bars.
Now, I understand you're following this for an APTN Investigates episode. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the APTN Investigates episode looks at the class action lawsuit, which has 57 women signed up. 30 of them are Canadian. Now, there are no Canadian charges yet, but 2 of the alleged victims were Indigenous. One is an Inuk woman, Serena Hicks, who lives here in Winnipeg, and another says that she was a 13-year-old foster child at the time that Peter Nygard paid her for sexual favors. So I'm really interested in speaking to people, Indigenous people, who have had contact with Peter Nygard and his companies, because I think it's an angle that the mainstream media hasn't really addressed, is, the incredible vulnerability there of some of those victims.
Holly, we'll have to leave it there, but appreciate you speaking with us here about this.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.